What's up, everybody? It's everybody wondering if I'm okay from yesterday. Yes, I'm okay.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
I am sore, but I'm okay. I'm good. Now, I have something I want to address here, which is Alex Tiffini, aka Big T. First of all, dude, you're fucking lying, first of all, and that little voice clip, which I have right here that I played back. And let's play this back really quick, just so I can tear your little thing apart and prove you wrong here. That's a fucking lie, you dumb hooker.
Welcome back to another Cyraxx deep dive episode here in the swamp. Unfortunately, Cyraxx is yapping away and ranting away per usual, throwing threats around and, just being overall vulgar as always. So recently, if you missed it, Low T, Big T as some people call him, slapped up the goblin a little bit on his porch, and now the goblin's looking to act like he's a tough guy for it. Now obviously Low T has to have some pillow hands, because if the goblin is already back to his normal shenanigans, he couldn't have been hit that hard. Cyraxx's recent target has been blame it on Katie, because she has been covering a lot of this recent stuff, and she gave him a pretty good roast over on her channel. Find a link down to that in the description. Definitely recommend watching that.
Status of your freedom right now? Still free.
You ain't gonna be free for long, no mother.
Well, I know that, but is it pending? Are you worried about being incarcerated?
You should be worried about getting incarcerated.
As I'm aware, he basically the police came. He probably admitted, unless he lied, they probably.
I didn't lie to them. I told them everything that fucking happened.
Admitted, Ed apparently had slippery socks chances claiming live right now on Katie's stream.
And that was true. That's why he fell, because he had socks with shitty grip. So he did fall.
So that's what they're saying about that. And
yeah, and what we're saying is the fucking truth.
those were their words, not mine. And then
which was the truth, not a lie.
Vance has openly admitted multiple times on this stream happening right now that I've been watching. He admits to swatting the phone out of my hands.
And that right there is what I want to get to.
So we get some updates on the Low T situation, where he's currently still free, so Cyraxx's whole thing about getting him put away is likely not gonna happen. Unless somehow, someway, his parole officer gets a hold of all of this stuff. Probably not a good idea to be live streaming these shenanigans when you're, actively on parole. Honestly, the only thing that's not gonna be free for long in that room is whatever's sitting on his desk up there. I know he's gonna be shoving that up the goblin hole very soon. Sounds like Perky Ed has a skill issue when it comes to socks, because this man seems to fall over himself anytime he's wearing them.
Because, one, you were on our fucking property, dude. You were on our property, waving your phone in my face, and I told you multiple times to get your phone out of my goddamn face, bro. Plus, you were on our property, you were trespassing. You had no right being there, first of all. Second of all, you kept waving your phone like this in my face. So if you think you're getting away with this, Alex Tiffini, aka Big T, you're fucking wrong. You showed up on our property. Now, if it was on a public sidewalk, then you'd have a fighting case. But in this one, you don't. You were on our property after being told several times you are not allowed on our fucking property. You don't have a winning case in this, you stupid.
I guess Cyraxx does have a little bit of a point there. Low T did kind of mess this all up by just running up there and smacking him in the mouth. But, some people really just don't care about the consequences. Sometimes it's worth it for them. And I'm glad it was, Cyraxx, because we all got to see you almost lose that last tooth of yours. So now that that is over, we're going to jump over to Cyraxx once again, calling out Katie and trying to set the record straight. But, he's just going to be calling her all kinds of names. Let's jump into it.
What is up, everybody? Katie, aka Blame Katie. Katie, I've seen your video from today. even though I was sore as fuck and resting up because I got injured yesterday. And I'm gonna say this right now. You over here trying to make a name off my back? Nah, you ain't doing nothing. See, what's funny is I saw the end of your video. I showed them all the goddamn screenshots. Matter of fact, I showed all 3 departments of law enforcement the screenshots and everything revolving around Marty and Mastro Mafia. And guess what? They all said the same damn thing, that I'm not a... You know, it's funny. Little like you and William and all y'all love to throw a term around to get people canceled because people like me look weird.
What?
So fucking what if I look weird? That ain't your goddamn place to tell me what I can and can't do. It ain't y'all's goddamn place to monitor who's allowed to make it in YouTube and not. Y'all ain't the goddamn police. Y'all trying to act like the internet police.
Oh, Chancey Poo once again claiming people are trying to make a name off of your back. And honestly, sure, if that's what you want to call all of this, but I truly love to see all the content. It's entertaining. You're our very own reality show, Cyraxx. You're that sideshow that people would have been laughing at in the traveling circus way back in the good old days. But just you remember, Cyraxx has showed all 3 branches of law enforcement the evidence, and they've all said he is not a PDF. Trust him though, trust him. There's no evidence of this, but trust him.
By micromanaging motherfuckers and saying, oh, well, this person did this and this and blah, 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 yada, 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 he's this, he's that, he doesn't deserve to make it. It's funny. You think that I didn't catch on to what you were doing when I was doing those covers of my music the other day, as well as the couple free ones that I did from Korn and a couple others? I caught what you were doing. Don't think I'm dumb. I knew exactly what the fuck you were doing. I could hear you in the fucking background snickering. I'm not dumb. I could fucking hear I was paying attention. And see, that's what little like you don't seem to fucking get. Even though when I'm over here doing some shit, when I'm doing my own thing, I'm still paying attention to every motherfucking word, every detail, every breath, every sound, every snicker.
Now, it's definitely debatable, Cyraxx, on if you're dumb or not, but that's not what we're here to talk about. You always think you're 2 steps ahead of everybody, but yet you're somehow always the butt of the joke, Chance. You probably didn't hear them snickering or hear them making fun of you until you watched the... You likely didn't even know they were snickering or making fun of you until after you watched the playback. Don't try to act like you're smarter than you are, Chance. Oh, we know, Cyraxx, that you're definitely paying attention to every channel that makes videos about you because you're just so obsessed with yourself. We know, Cyraxx.
Being thrown my way. Just because I was in the middle of doing a song, don't think I wasn't paying attention to your fucking voice, because I was. And by the way, you ain't going on tour. You ain't doing nothing. Your label, fake as fuck. Ain't that right, Kelly from YouTube? Yeah, I know who you are. You're that same trying to pretend to be a YouTube worker, because you're that don't know how to get views any other way than to fuck with other people's lives. Like, for real. It's like you that are no better than Ernie's show. You're no better than Ernie's show. You sit there and you use people for views, just like he does, just like William and Marty and Edward and all these people do. Now, if you want a real, why don't you look up Anaconda Sin, Tony the Black Dragon, White Bowser? Those are real ass. I'm not. I even spoke with the police yesterday.
So that was a fucking lie.
Dear God, Cyraxx has been in our comment sections again, seeing all the jokes. Now, I don't know if this actually is the Miss Kelly character. They sound a lot alike, and I wouldn't doubt it. But geez, now we got Cyraxx jumping on the conspiracy theory waves. It gets better and better, folks. What's in your hand? Boy, you drinking beer? You better not be drinking no beer now. And of course, he's right back to his typical, hey, look at all these other people. It's not me. They're doing it too. And wants to spout his mouth off about other people. He's lucky he doesn't go outside, or these people might catch him.
Outside of everything, just having a general conversation with them. Showed them everything from when the shit with Kate, when all that went down, and I spoke with them on the side after cameras were off, and we made the report, and I asked them the very same question that I asked everybody else. If I was really, one of y'all actually seeking out, isn't that what a real does? Goes out and actively seeks out little, and the officer Shroud said, yeah, that's what they do. And I asked them, what about my situation? Like, what do you make of that? He's flat out said the same thing. He's like, you're not a You just gotta be careful who you talk to.
Well, I mean, PDFs come in all shapes and sizes, Cyraxx. Some of them creep online in video games, some of them groom kids, some of them actually go out and prey on them like you're talking about. There's not one black and white image of what a PDF is in 2025. There's more tools and there's more ways than ever to get in touch with little children. So no, Cyraxx, sorry, that excuse isn't gonna clear your name in the slightest.
Because people out here are crazy and will use that to get people canceled for no reason. And that's exactly what these people are trying to do. Well, guess what? I'm untouchable. I'm uncancelable. I cannot be killed, nor be arrested, nor stopped. I am literally a god in the YouTube scene. You know how many people have tried to have me canceled and failed? How many people have tried to have me arrested and I got out next fucking day? I am untouchable. You need to learn that. I am your god and William's god and N-word boy's god. And you wanna know why? Because without me, you guys make no fucking money. I'm Cyraxx, the god of motherfucking YouTube.
It's genuinely amusing to know that Cyraxx thinks that none of us have jobs outside of this. We all just sit around all day making content about them. And it might seem like that because, yeah, a lot of us do put up videos rather quickly. But if you really think we're sitting here all day just biting our nails, waiting on the edge of our seat for a Rax drop, you're truly misguided and don't understand what any of this is about at the end of the day. But of course, we're getting back to where the delusion is so thick that Cyraxx seems to think he's a god. He's untouchable, even though he just got touched again. But of course, you know what he's gonna call himself here in a minute, and we haven't heard him take on this moniker in quite a few months.
I'm the motherfucker that you can't cancel. I'm the motherfucker that you hate watch, but still rock my fucking shit. I'm that motherfucker that y'all hate watch, but still engage with. I'm that motherfucker that y'all sit there and say that you hate, but yet you still engage with my fucking content. Because like I said, when it comes to this YouTube space, I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there's ever gonna motherfucking be up in this goddamn space. Because I'm that motherfucker, make one video and get 1,000 subs within a week if promoted right. Which I have done and have proven I can do many times over. I'm that motherfucker that y'all try to sit there and cancel, but yet I take everything y'all do and twist that shit around and throw it in your motherfucking face. I am uncancelable. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, you can get FBI involved, you can get fucking law enforcement, local law enforcement, you can get detectives. Get whoever you want. Get the CIA for all I care. I don't give a fuck. Get goddamn Homeland Security. I don't fucking care. Because guess what? Not a goddamn one of them could touch me because guess what? I ain't doing nothing. I ain't a fucking... Me and my family have already been through this with all three branches of law enforcement. FBI, detectives, and local law enforcement. All three said the same goddamn thing. I'm not a fucking... goes out and seeks out... I don't do that shit. Because like I said, compared to you and William and N-word boy, I'm a god compared to you. I'm a motherfucking untouchable, unkillable, uncancelable god. Because I ain't doing shit to you. I ain't doing shit to William. I ain't doing shit to N-word. I ain't doing shit Music Biz Marty. So you can take all your little bullshit that you think about me. You can take all that, crumple it up into a tiny little ball. You know, a tiny little ball about yay big. And go to somewhere else. Cause you ain't fooling nobody. For real. Cause like I told everybody else, I'm like the Ronnie Radke of YouTube.
Say it ain't so, Cyraxx. You're calling out the FBI, the CIA, Homeland Security, and every other branch you can think of. That's crazy, Cyraxx. Cyraxx really does think he has this importance in the world that all of these people would even bother looking at him anyway. We all know what he is. He's documented it for years. I don't know why recently he's been on this tirade trying to pretend like none of this actually exists on the internet. Thousands of pages on Kiwi Farms about the guy. Several hundreds of pages, if not thousands, on Reddit. It's actually mind-blowing to think that this guy has any sort of out in this situation other than, you know, stuff I can't say on YouTube. I cannot be the only one who has noticed that somehow, some way, Cyraxx always finds a way to talk about shoving stuff up people's or his own booty hole. It's truly diabolical that Chance won't just embrace that he's into the butt stuff. Oh, there it is. He's the Ronnie Radke of YouTube, which, as we've gone over in past episodes, is not the greatest comparison and probably not the greatest statement in general, but you go, girl.
The more you speak my name, the more famous I get. The more you make content on me, the more famous I get, the more views I get. I mean, have you not figured it out yet that I am the motherfucker that you cannot cancel no matter what you fucking do? Have you not realized that yet? And guess what? If cops try to arrest me, I could turn around and sue the fuck out of them for everything. And trust me, I got more than enough evidence to sue the fuck out of Akron. Especially after they failed me and my family multiple times of reaching out to them for help. I am untouchable. You cannot touch me nor cancel me. Alright, you're welcome to try, but it won't fucking work. It'll fucking fail and blow up in your face just like everybody else has tried to do, and it's failed for them. So if I was you, I would seriously sit down, reevaluate my life, delete my fucking shitty ass fucking channel, and get a regular 9 to 5. Cause quite clearly you ain't built for this platform. And if you don't like what I have to say, I don't give a shit.
Oh man, as I said earlier, Cyraxx truly is our very own reality show. This is seriously some entertaining stuff here. It's definitely tried and true in the Cyraxx storyline, but I never get tired of seeing him tell other people to get a 9 to 5 job and how they're not built for YouTube. Even though Cyraxx has genuinely never had any real success on YouTube, he thinks the infamy from all the videos we make about him and all the views that we and everybody else garners are somehow him accruing those views, which in some weird twisted fantasy I guess you could say, in a way, sure, I guess, but if it's all about making fun of you, pointing out your terrible and absolutely diabolical actions, and correcting you when you lie, then I guess so.
Because if I were to take this shit to a lawyer right the fuck now, well, let's say I took this to a lawyer, not only would I be getting compensated for Akron PD failing to do their job, not only would Akron PD and FBI and detectives get in trouble for not doing their job and failing to do their job on multiple levels. You and William and N-word boy and all these other people that have made money off me, guess what? My lawyer would take that fucking shit, show the courts, and I'd get every amount of money back that I'm owed from every single person that has ever made a single red cent off of me. Like I said, Katie, I'm untouchable and you cannot touch me. Oh, and tell Big T, aka Alex Tafini, we'll make sure you get arrested for the shit you did to me yesterday, bro.
Well, gee, Cyraxx, thanks for telling everybody your legal plan, because now everybody can plan to exit that money out of the country. So we're all gonna send it all to Marty to hold in Cuba. He's gonna do us a favor. He's gonna keep our books safe. Anyways, Cyraxx, of course that's not really how lawsuits work anyway. So, you know, of course this will never happen because you have no money, and you need to have money to be able to do these types of things. Especially if you're trying to sue the state, brother.
I will make damn sure of that shit. So enjoy your freedom while it lasts, cause right now you are currently out on bond. And what do you think is gonna happen when the cops arrest your ass for what you did? You're gonna be facing a lot of jail time, dude. Just saying. You literally violated your shit by showing up here multiple times after being told several days prior to not show up. But yet you still proceeded again for a third time and a fourth time. So I mean, your ass is on thin ice as it is, bro. But like I said to Katie, trying to make a name off my back, and guess what? It ain't gonna fucking work. That don't do nothing except use people for views. Y'all are what's wrong with this platform, not motherfuckers like me.
Damn, Cyraxx, I think what's actually wrong with this platform is the fact that people like you are allowed to be on it who are constantly trying to get closer to teenagers. You're definitely a health hazard. I'm shocked Low T even wanted to get around you. Touching you, he must have caught a bedbug or two. Somebody definitely check up on his house, because I'm sure they're infested. It's all downhill from here for Low T, that's for sure. But, you know, of course Cyraxx couldn't just go away. He's gonna say more, so let's see what else he has to say here.
Like I said, Katie, you think I'm dumb, you think I'm stupid, you can think what you want, but like I said, you can smile in my face all you want. It don't mean a goddamn thing to me. Cause see, you're down here at the bottom of the food chain, while I'm up here on the very top of the alpha males of YouTube. I'm all the way up here. William Gloryhole is at the very bottom of the food chain with music, party, and N-word boy. And don't think you're gonna try to make it to my level, because you never will make it to my level.
So of course it's just much of the same from the Goblin's little snaggle hole. But of course he won't go away, so he's gonna make 5 or 6 more call out videos here saying the same old, same old. So let's jump into a little bit of that for you all to catch up on.
What up, y'all? William Katie, William Gloryhole, Music Biz Marty, N-word boy, and Mash Troll Mafia. On top of Steve from Machete Squad. For views, clicks, likes, All the stupid shit. See, people call me so many times over and over and over, and it's fucking stupid. The thing that gets me, this is what confuses the fuck out of me. For something that I supposedly did, but yet no one wants to question people like Music Biz Marty, or William Gloryhole, or N-Word Boy. Especially Music Biz Marty. Why is that? Why is it that nobody wants to question them?
I don't think Cyraxx has been online, or at least, his wonky eyes can't focus enough to see the pages, because there's plenty of hate towards Music Biz Marty and all of the other trolls. I can't really speak to it because I don't read it, but I've seen it here and there, and people definitely do mention in my comments from time to time that, oh, Marty's a bad guy too, or whatever, and, to act like that's not happening is pretty wild, Cyraxx. But we all know Cyraxx likes to try to make himself look like a victim, so people feel bad for him, so he can try to somehow justify his really weird behavior and his really weird predatory nature.
Why is that nobody wants to ask the question of, why did Music Biz Marty decide to make me a target all those years ago? What was his reason for making me a target? Because let me tell you something. Back then, I wasn't doing nothing wrong.
Are you sure about that?
I was minding my own goddamn fucking business, not bothering nobody.
So that was a fucking lie.
And this is what pisses me off. The internet is so fucking quick to throw around the term being roped into something that they never would have done otherwise.
If Cyraxx only got caught up once, maybe twice, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there, then sure. But the fact that it's actually like a dozen times that he was caught up in these stings or different various allegations, then yeah. But that's not the only thing he's called. People also call him out for all the other things he's done, like assaulting people and being a sex pest and all the other things in between. To just focus on the PDF stuff would not be telling the whole story, And clearly people have been calling out everything and not just that. Now the PDF stuff is the most prevalent because it's the most deplorable. Poisoning the youth is definitely not something anybody should ever be giving anybody the green light to do. So yeah, Cyraxx, you deserve all the hate you get.
I have showed time and time again that I'm not about that. I'm not about that shit. Alright, what gets me is this also. Why is nobody questioning Mass Troll Mafia, who has a very shady fucking history? A very shady history. Alright, come on. This chick used her fucking daughter in the sting operation against me. That right there itself is fucked up. Alright, why would you use your own 15-year-old daughter who doesn't know what you're doing in a sting operation to make someone that much more of a target? Why would you do that? It don't make sense.
It's honestly a miracle that none of us have gone insane yet hearing Cyraxx repeat the same stories over and over again. At this point, if I was just cutting out all the stuff that he repeated time and time again, we wouldn't have any videos anymore because Cyraxx truly is just a broken record. But with that out of the way, let's skip to Cyraxx showing us this great life he had before all of this, even though we've seen video evidence that it wasn't so great many times.
Now, you take a look at these photos, and you tell me that's somebody that looks like a bad guy to you. Seriously, does this look like somebody that's a bad fucking guy to you? Or does this look like somebody minding his own fucking goddamn business? Dude, this is what I used to do before everything happened. This is what I used to do, people. This is what I was about. I was out having fun. I wasn't on this fucking crackhead fucking bullshit that y'all think I was on. And my question to you guys is this. Why is it that nobody wants to question Music Biz Marty or William Gloryhole on why they do what they do?
To answer your question there, Chance, yeah, that does look like a weird guy. It does look like a bad guy doing bad guy things. Bad people look all types of ways. So, I don't know about that one. But of course, his internet connection would cut him off here. So, let's get to the second half of this video that he uploaded.
Okay, let's go over what classifies somebody that purposely targets young and talks to them in a very indecent way, on purpose. Now, you take a look at my situation. I was illegally entrapped by Music Biz Marty. He openly admitted several times on panel that he paid Mass Troll Mafia to do what she did to me because he had a thing for me and I turned him down. He wanted to isolate me on purpose. What better way to isolate me than to make me look like a fucking...
Even if we were to put all that stuff aside, Cyraxx, look at the other things you've done. Look at all these ex-fiancés, ex-girlfriends, whatever, and their children, and how many times you've tried to say that you would be a better parent and they should be sent to you, etc., etc. How many times have you tried so desperately to get these people to move in with their kids? Does that not seem a little predatory and weird to you? How many times have you threatened to kill these kids and hurt these kids too when they didn't end up in your grasp? I don't know, Cyraxx. There's something very odd about this situation, even without all the masshole mafia and Music Business Marty stuff.
And the thing that gets me is this. I have proven time and time again that I am not one. And that people like William Gloryhole and various other people within the troll community want to see me fail. They want to see me fall. Why? Because they see me as an easy target. Because I look weak. Let me tell you, the last few days have been some of the most painful of my life. Because I've been recovering from a really bad assault. A lot of people don't realize the damage that motherfucker did to me. Not only do I have nerve damage in this arm, once again, I also have issues going on with this whole side of my face, which is the side that he hit. Thankfully, there's no fractures, but there's a lot of other damages going on that I have to work out because of the assault. And this is what gets me. People are so quick to throw around the term like it's nothing. And this is what I don't understand. You have people out here like Tony the Black Dragon, who has been caught on a hard drive and on a USB stick multiple times, and has openly admitted in interviews that he had been doing that shit since high school.
Cyraxx, you have openly admitted on interviews that you have been doing some shady PDF stuff. I mean, there's multiple videos of you saying, I am Cyraxx, I am Chance Wilkins, and I am this thing. It doesn't really get any more black and white than that. I don't know why, but I don't feel the slightest bit bad that Cyraxx isn't feeling good after getting punched in the face. It's almost like he deserves that. Jeez, how do you think Sally felt after you choked her out? Karma, karma, karma.
No, I didn't forget. The bedbug jug, I'm waiting for it. Bedbug jug, bedbug jug, bedbug jug, bedbug jug. I'ma need that shit. Run me that shit.